Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Juventus, and in this game Barcelona has won 2-0, and this is officially day one with Barcelona not being without Bartomeu. And so even before the game did start, there were many smiles within the squad players. We don't know if it had something to do with Bartomeu or not, but there was a lot of good energy before the game. I believe that the players do feel a sense of a fresh brand new start, a sense that we can't start all over again, and a sense that this could be the beginning of a brand new era within FC Barcelona. And so the way that I'm going to organize this video, like in every post-match review, I am going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and then in the end, I'm going to give the overall review of this whole game. And so starting with the first half, and I'm going to talk about the lineup first. This is the type of lineup which we have seen before. And what I mean by we have seen before, I mean this is the second time Ronald Koeman has made a very bold decision within a game that does demand a lot from FC Barcelona. And I do want to focus on one specific player, and that is Pedro. Koeman does continue to favor one player, and that is this player right here. Pedro did feature in the match against Real Madrid. He did not have the best game against Real Madrid, but he did do a very decent job. And the fact that Koeman continues to put his confidence on Pedro, especially in the game against Juventus in a UCL match, Koeman does see a lot on this player. I believe that Koeman does rely on Pedro's defensive qualities because Pedro does bring a quality that not many wingers do bring, which is the defensive side, especially with our wingers. And I'm going to be explaining why Koeman did choose to put Pedro on the left wing area and why that did play a very pivotal role within this game. And as for the rest of the lineup, it was very expected, but I was also surprised on why Serginho Dest did not start in this game. I do assume that Koeman does want to give Serginho Dest some rest and give Sergio Roberto more game time. And so now going into the first half, right? Going into the first 5 minutes of this game, it was very clear that Barcelona wanted to score. This is something that we have been seeing very consistently throughout the whole course of this season. Koeman does demand for Barcelona to score an early goal within these first 10 minutes. We saw a moment where Griezmann did retain the ball. He hit the post. He almost scored. You can tell that Griezmann was very eager to score, and then later in the match, we did see a combination between Griezmann and Lionel Messi, where Griezmann did backheel the ball to Lionel Messi, and then Messi just missed it outside the post. And I'm really starting to like that, right? I'm really starting to like that Barcelona do want to score very early in this game. They do not take their time and pass the ball around and just wait for an opening for Barcelona to score. This is something that we have seen through Quique Setién and Valverde, but with Koeman says we're going to need to score within these first 10 minutes and invite the opposition to come and try to get the ball away from us. That is basically the game plan for Koeman in the first 10 minutes of any game. So as we went along through this first half, one thing was very clear, and that was that this was a Barcelona game. Barcelona had absolutely all of the control from Juventus, and Juventus was a team that did not have any control within this game. This is a Juventus team that is very destabilized. It has no identity. The midfielders look very stagnant, and so it was a game for Barcelona to win. But I did notice one very big problem. And before I do get into that very big problem, I do want to explain the roles of Pedro and Dembele, because then in the end all of this is going to connect. And starting with Pedro, the main reason why Pedro was put into this match is because of his defensive quality. Koeman does admire what Pedro can bring defensively. The fact that Pedro is showing that he can track back, control the ball, and take on players and get into the opposition's box in 10 to 12 seconds, Koeman loves that. And then as for Dembele, while Dembele does not have a very big defensive output compared to Pedro, he's still a player that likes to control the ball and then run wide and then go into the opposition's box. Now the main reason why I do want to explain that is because Juventus is a team that does play very narrow. And if we look at how Juventus were playing before the match of Barcelona and Juventus, you can see that Juventus' main source of attack was through the middle. And we can also see the average position of these players. We can see that Morata and Dybala and their midfielders do maintain their shape very narrow. And Koeman did see this. Koeman did see, okay, if Juventus is going to be playing very narrow and their main source of attack does come through the middle, what we are going to do is bring wide players and stretch out Juventus and destabilize their midfielders. And that is why we did see Pedro and Dembele being the main focus of Barcelona's attack, because every time either Dembele or Pedro did have control of the ball and they ran wide, it greatly stretched Juventus midfielders and forwards, which then had Juventus very vulnerable. And that is why we did see Juventus be very stagnant. They had no identity and they simply did not have a Juventus type of game. But here's why I do say that Barcelona have encountered one big problem that was greatly frustrating every Barcelona player and every Barcelona fan. And that is that after seeing that Barcelona were controlling the ball, gaining possession, creating all of these chances, in the end, Barcelona were simply just incapable to capitalize off of the chances that they were given. And in other words, it just seemed like Barcelona were very allergic to shooting. We have seen multiple times from many players where Griezmann did not want to shoot, Ansu Fati did not want to shoot, Dembele did not want to shoot, and there was one moment where Messi did not shoot and he was trying to look for a player. It's like they easily go into a place where they overcomplicate things. And these are going to be the chances where we are going to regret on not scoring, especially when Barcelona does encounter a team like Bayern City, Liverpool, or Atletico Madrid. These chances are going to really matter when we are in those big UCL moments. Now, if we look at the graph here and we look at the average position of Juventus in the first half, you can see that Ronald Koeman's game plan did work. Juventus players were just simply stretched out and greatly disconnect every one of these players. Then if we go on to the first half stats, we can see that Barcelona completely dominated Juventus in terms of the total shots, chances created, big chances, accurate passes, passes successes. Barcelona were completely dominant, but the main reason why Barcelona finished the first half with a 1-0 win is because Barcelona were incapable to capitalize off of the chances that they were given. And going into the second half, we did see a switch of Busquets and Araujo. The main reason why Araujo left the game is because of a thigh injury, which was very scary because Barcelona did not have another center back in order to replace Araujo. And so because we did see Busquets come into the match, we did see De Jong shift his position as a center back and then have Busquets come in and play as a central defensive midfielder. And I had no problem with De Jong playing as a center back. I think that De Jong played extremely well. He was very solid as a center back. Maybe we might see that more than once throughout the whole course of this season, but it was a great performance from De Jong. He did his job. And so throughout this second half, we did see the exact same thing. The same problem did occur. Barcelona were not capitalizing off of their chances. And this is something that Koeman seriously does need to address, because there is nothing worse, right? I have said this before. There is nothing worse than not touching your untapped potential. This is a Barcelona team that does have quality. This is a Barcelona team that can compete with those high level teams. We can become world champions. We can do all of these things. Barcelona have everything they do need to be a serious competitor, but I just feel like we're missing that extra stretch from Barcelona. And so if we're not going to have a player, which is in other words in number 9 through this season, I really do expect Koeman to really communicate to the front four to just be more clinical. There has to be more shots. There has to be more shots taken. These players must be better positioned to shoot, and overall just get those goals in, because we are really going to need that later in this season. Now, unfortunately for Morata, there were many goals from him that were disallowed against Barcelona, but that is the point. What if it was not disallowed? What if Morata did score those goals and it was allowed? Then we would regret that Barcelona did not put those chances in, and that is the point that I'm trying to make. And so fast forwarding to the 90th minute, we did see Ansu Fati win a penalty. It was a great strategic move from Ansu Fati. The fact that Ansu Fati did have the ball and made that ball go in front of him and have the center back push Ansu Fati forward was a great strategic move. He wanted that penalty and he knew exactly what he was doing. Then that led to Lionel Messi scoring his penalty goal, and that is it. Barcelona have won 2-0 against Juventus. But here's going to be the overall rating of this match. I think that Barcelona did play very decent. We were a very solid FC Barcelona, but I just believe that Barcelona could be so much more. I believe that every Barcelona fan truly does believe that this Barcelona team can become world champions. But these front four players, whoever it may be, whether it's Dembele, Ansu Fati, Messi, Griezmann, Coutinho, Pedri, or Trincao, they all have to be talked to by Ronald Koeman and just say that do not overcomplicate things. Just play your game when you're in that box and score those goals, because we can become lethal. We can score goals. I think that Barcelona were doing everything right. I think that with Barcelona, in terms of pressuring the opposition, they do extremely well. I think that when Barcelona are trying to get out from complicated situations, when they are being pressured, Barcelona also does that extremely well. I also do believe that this Koeman Barcelona does transition very well into the attack. Our counterattacks are greatly improving, but I'm just telling you guys again, in that last moment of every play that Barcelona make, they just can't put that ball in. But if we were to fix that, then we would really have a team. And I know that Koeman is going to be addressing this very quickly, and Koeman will communicate the right words towards these players. And so lastly, I do want to end it with 3 standout performers in this game. And first, I do want to call out Pedri. Pedri was absolutely amazing in this game. It does bring a great smile to my face to see that Pedri continues to perform on the field against a very tough opposition side. At just 17 years old, it really does put every Barcelona fan into a great mood. I think that his take-ons are really good. The fact that Pedri is capable to get away from a high press is something that we do have to admire. In fact, Rack 1 has also named Pedri the man of the match against Juventus, so props to him. I think that defensively, Pedri greatly did help Jordi Alba, and I'm really starting to believe that this is going to be the breakout season for Pedro with Ronald Koeman'S FC Barcelona. I cannot wait to see more from this player. And then moving on to Dembele. Dembele also had a great match. Now I did say that Dembele had chances to shoot or score or become more lethal, but he actually did score in this game. After a brilliant assist from Lionel Messi, Dembele looked like that very lethal Dembele that we have been wanting to see for a very long time. But just like I did assess this whole team, Dembele could be much better. His potential is still untapped. Dembele can truly become a very important player for Barcelona, and he did show that in this game. And we do have some very interesting stats from Dembele. It says here that Dembele scored 6 Champions League goals for Barcelona, and 4 of them were assisted by Lionel Messi. Then we also have another very interesting stat here. It says here that Dembele completed more take-ons with a total of 4 than any other player in the first half against Juventus. And so props to Dembele. I am very happy for this player, and hopefully he can continue to bring on more and more goals throughout this UCL campaign. And the last player that I do want to talk about is Pjanic. I love the way that Pjanic did play. He was very progressive. I like the fact that every time he did have control of the ball, he wanted to pass forward. He was not that player that passes to the side or back. I also like the fact that he did recover the balls many times from Juventus. And even though Pjanic was not 100% fit yet, Pjanic still put out a great display. And Pjanic was working very hard to secure a Barcelona win. And so this is where Barcelona do stand in the group stage. Barcelona is currently first. We have Juventus as second, Dynamo as third, and Fenerbahce as fourth. Our next game in the UCL is going to be against Juventus at the Camp Nou. I cannot wait for that. Hopefully we do see Ronaldo and Lionel Messi go face to face at the Camp Nou. It will be a wonderful story to cover. And now that we are here, now that Barcelona have secured a 2-0 win against Juventus, our next match is going to be against Alaves away. And I do want to talk about what Koeman did say at the end of the game. An interviewer asked him, why did you hug Lionel Messi? Because there was a picture where Koeman immediately went to go hug Lionel Messi, and Koeman responded with this: my relationship with him has never been complicated. We have spoken clearly in the meeting we had. When he returned, he has done everything to win and work to get to his best level. I just told him, you have to kill off the game earlier. And that is what I do mean. Barcelona do need to kill off this game earlier. It could have been 3-0, it could have been 4-0, but we do move on. We are going to improve. I do expect to see more positive energy within Barcelona now that we have Bartomeu out, now that we grab this win, knowing that Koeman knows exactly what he's doing with this Barcelona team. It is just a great time to be a Barcelona fan. So thank you guys so much for watching. That'll be it for today's Barcelona post-match review. Let me know what you liked, what you did not like, what are some things that you believe need to be tweaked, and who was your favorite player in this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.